legend is.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage Robert Pires.
Robert Pires.
Bonjour.
Legend.
Bonjour, bienvenue, welcome.
Bonjour, boa tarde. Hello, good afternoon.
Fantastic to see you here. We saw some highlights from your playing days. You have a lot of experience in this competition, of course. Over 80 matches. Of course, you played a final as well. A lot has changed, though. New format.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, and how did you live all the emotions of Wednesday night? It was crazy, right?
Yeah, it was crazy. I love the new format. Of course, it's totally different, but sometimes you need to fresh to change the new rules. But yeah, it was like rules, I think, right. So it was very exciting. I watched great games, good goals, good skills. So it was a perfect evening.
I want to ask you about Arsenal. Perfect record, 8 wins in 8 matches. How have you seen their campaign, and do you consider them to be one of the top favorites for the title?
If we look at the standing, yes. I want to say yes, because they played games, 8 win. They scored 23 goals. They only conceded 4. So this is a great performance from Arteta and the players. So they did a very good job. But now, you know, this is a new competition, new pressure. So it's not the same. But Arsenal, like, I don't know, Man City, Chelsea, or Bayern or La Juve, yeah, they have a favorite.
You say that it's not the same now, and I'd like you to tell us, as someone who had so much experience in knockout rounds, what changes in the mentality of a team, of a coach, of the players?
Well, you know, if you want to reach the final and to lift the trophy, everything is very important. All the details is very important,
Yeah,
but you need to be consistent. Sometimes it's very difficult. You need to find the balance, especially for the manager, and you need the team. Of course, talent, because some talent they can make a difference on the field. But it's very this competition is very attractive.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we're going to put you to work in just a couple of minutes. Before we do that, let's take a quick look at a final video that will explain today's technical procedure and the key draw principles as well.
The fixtures for the knockout phase playoffs are determined by means of a draw, conducted in accordance with the following principles. In positions 9 to 24. The clubs ranked 9 to 16 are seeded, and those ranked 17 to 24 are unseeded. Clubs are paired based on their final position to form 4 seeded pairs and 4 unseeded pairs. Pairing 9 and 10 will play against either of the clubs in pairing 23 and 24. The clubs in pairing 11 and 12 will play against either of the clubs in pairing 21 and 22, and so on. The draw is carried out using a seeding bracket, with each pair of teams allocated 2 predefined potential positions according to their league phase rankings. In principle, the seeded clubs play the return leg matches at home. 8 bowls are prepared for the draw, with the balls containing the names of the seeded and unseeded teams placed in the corresponding marked bowls. The draw starts with the unseeded teams, with the bowl containing pairing 23 and 24. 1 ball is drawn and is opened to display the team. The first team drawn from this bowl is placed in their reserved spot on the silver side of the bracket. The other unseeded team of the pairing is then drawn and allocated in the corresponding reserved spot on the blue side of the bracket. The same procedure is carried out with the remaining unseeded teams. Once all the pairings of unseeded teams have been drawn and assigned to an appropriate position on the bracket, the draw continues with seeded teams, starting with the pairing 15 and 16. The process is the same as for the unseeded teams, with the first team drawn allocated to the reserved designated spot on the silver side of the bracket, and the second team on the blue side. The procedure is repeated for the remaining pairings, finishing with the pairing 9 and 10 to complete the pairings for the knockout round playoffs. After the draw, if it becomes apparent that any ties are affected by city or stadium clashes, these clashes will be resolved in accordance with the principles set by the Club Competitions Committee for city and stadium clashes. The calendar of all knockout phase playoff matches will be available tonight.
So the video explanation was clear, I guess, and as explained in the video here, you see the 8 bowls containing the pairs of seeded and unseeded teams according to their league phase rankings. The draw starts with the unseeded teams in descending ranking order from 23-24 to 17-18. Then we continue with the seeded pairs from 15-16 to 9-10. For all pairs, as explained, the first team drawn goes to the silver side, the one that you see on your left, and the second goes to the blue side to the right. So that's all. Let's now take a look at the teams in the pairs, and then we start the draw. So we start with the seeded teams. Position 9 is Real Madrid, and position 10 is Internazionale Milano. Position 11, Paris Saint-Germain, and 12, Newcastle United. Then position 13, Juventus, and 14, Atletico de Madrid. Position 15 is Atalanta, and 16, Bayer Leverkusen. Then we move to the unseeded teams, which are position 17, Borussia Dortmund, and 18, Olympiacos. Then position 19, Bruges, and position 20, Galatasaray. Position 21, AS Monaco, and 22, Karabakh. Position 23, Bodo Glimt, and position 24, Benfica. So we are ready. We know the teams, Robert. Now it's your time. Please,
let's go.
Yes, shuffle positions 23 and 24. And here we go with the first team to take place, position on the silver side.
Benfica.
So Benfica, after the incredible performance of last Wednesday, now Benfica taking the position on this side, the silver side, and we can show the second team of the pair, which will obviously go to the opposite side.
Bodo Glimt.
Bodo Glimt, the blue side for Bodo Glimt, their debut in the UEFA Champions League knockout phase and taking their country, Norway, for the first time to this phase of the competition since the 90s, so almost 30 years ago. That was the time of Rosenborg. Now, we go ahead and we draw positions 21 and 22, which involve Monaco and Karabakh.
Monaco.
So AS Monaco, the finalists of 2004, they are placed on the silver side, and we continue. We show this the other team in this pair.
Karabakh.
Karabakh FK, first time ever for Azerbaijan in a UEFA Champions League knockout phase, and Karabakh is placed on the blue side of the bracket. Let's go ahead. We are now drawing positions 19 and 20 that involve Bruges and Galatasaray.
Galatasaray.
Galatasaray is now placed on the silver side, only Turkish club with having won a major UEFA trophy, 2 trophies actually in 2000, UEFA Cup and Super Cup. We show now the other name for the blue side.
Club Bruges.
Bruges, only Belgian club in the Champions League final or European Cup final in 1978. So Bruges goes blue, and we have only two unseeded teams to be drawn, positions 17 and 18, which concern Borussia Dortmund and Olympiacos.
Borussia Dortmund.
We start with Borussia Dortmund for the silver side. Borussia have crossed the mark of 200 matches in the competition on match day 3 this year against Copenhagen. So Borussia is silver, and the other team goes blue.
Olympiacos.
The other team is obviously Olympiacos, only Greek club having won UEFA competition. 2 actually, also Olympiacos in 2024, UEFA Conference League and the UEFA Youth.
Is this fixed?
And now we start seeing the matches, because for the moment we have drawn teams in their positions, but now with the seeded teams we start the pairings. So we start obviously with positions, yes please. We start with positions 15 and 16, which will face 17 and 18. These two teams are Atalanta and Leverkusen. Atalanta Bergamasca Calcio goes to play against Borussia Dortmund. They played once in the past in the season 2017-18. That was the round of 32. Just for the sake of correctness, we draw also the other team, paired with Atalanta, and
Bayer Leverkusen.
yes, of course, Bayer 04 Leverkusen going to play against Olympiacos. The last time happened not long ago this season, so they have a rematch in the same season. Olympiacos, Leverkusen, these are the first two pairings. We go with the positions 13-14 now. 13-14, Juventus or Atletico de Madrid. Juventus facing Galatasaray in this round. 6 times in the past. The last time was a dramatic match, interrupted with the snow and restarted, and everybody for sure has the match in mind. We can, after Galatasaray Juventus, we can see the next one.
Atletico Madrid.
Atletico de Madrid facing Bruges. They played 8 times in the past. Last time happened in 22-23. So we go ahead.
What is going on?
Positions 11 and 12, which are Paris Saint-Germain and Newcastle.
Paris Saint-Germain.
So first team drawn is the title holders of Paris
PSG.
Saint-Germain after a very successful
Big one.
2025.
Big one. Let's hear
Facing
this.
Another French team. Never these two French teams have played in Europe in the past. Of course, they play many matches in Ligue 1. And Paris Saint-Germain, the same as last year, they will start their knockout campaign with against a French team. It was Stade Brestois last year.
Newcastle United.
Of course, Newcastle United will travel to Azerbaijan to take on Karabakh, and there are no previous
Karabakh, Newcastle, you know. That's easy.
And for Newcastle United, this will be the first appearance in a UEFA Champions League knockout phase.
That is
So
easy.
only 2 teams
Easy
are
work, light
in
work.
the pot to be drawn, and we're talking about positions 9 and 10, Real Madrid and Inter.
Light work.
Real Madrid.
So first encounter is Real Madrid versus Benfica. So not
Madrid Benfica.
really not long ago.
Madrid
They played,
Benfica again.
We all know what happened in that match. They played, by the way, 4 times, including a final in 1962. So
Is this
Benfica,
fixed?
Real Madrid, and to conclude
I swear down this is
this
fixed.
lineup, now we have
Oh my days.
Inter going to meet Bodo Glimt, against which they played only in the 70s, 1978, 79.
What the?
In the
Inter?
UEFA Cup Winners' Cup.
That's easy for Inter.
knockout.
Real Madrid versus
knockout round
Benfica again.
the stage. So
Definitely, gentlemen, thank you so much. Well done. Let's have
Wow.
a quick recap of the knockout playoff round. We've got some fantastic matches to look forward at, as you would expect. An all-French affair between Monaco and Paris Saint-Germain. It's
Wow.
Galatasaray taking on Juventus. Benfica in
Wow.
a rematch against Real
Real
Madrid.
Madrid.
Borussia Dortmund facing Atalanta. Over on the blue side of the draw, it's Karabag making history for their country versus Newcastle. Club Rouge facing Atleti. Bodo Glimt will be locking horns with Inter, and Olympiacos will be playing Leverkusen. Now, as Giorgio mentioned, this is the first time we're having a look at the bracket here, where all 24 teams can see their potential road to the final in Budapest. Before we sign off, it's time to mark our calendars, of course. The first leg
Wow,
matches
this is
will take
crazy.
place on
Real
the
Madrid
17th
versus
and
Benfica
18th
again.
of February, with the
It's-
returns scheduled for
it's
the
a madness.
24th and 25th of February. That'll do it from all of us here at the House of European Football in Nyon, from Robert, Giorgio, and myself. Fantastic to have everyone here, everyone following around the world. It's goodbye for now. Take care. We'll see you.
It's a madness, bro. You know, right? That is impossible. What is going on? Real Madrid playing Benfica again. PSG against Monaco. Right. Newcastle traveling to Karabag. Right. What is going on with the draw, man? Come on. Come on. Who's got the easiest draw? Who's got the hardest draw? Right? But wow. Let me get the table. Let me get the table again out. Let me see if I can find it. Oh my goodness. That is crazy. Mourinho again. And he's got a solid record as well. I think we've got the Europa League coming up as well. That is mad. That is crazy for, Madrid to meet Bayern again. I mean, Benfica again. Newcastle travels to Karabakh. Oh, man. Silver pathway more difficult. I mean, the travelling part of it is the difficult part, but playing that team, I think by the time you get there, you'll be so tired. So I've got it here. Let me see if I can. Yeah, I can pull it here. So look at this. Monaco, PSG. Monaco playing at home. Galatasaray, Juventus. This is hard. This is a tough group, this. Borussia Dortmund, Atalanta. Benfica, Real Madrid. It's actually a tough group. Probably one of the toughest. Silver pathway. And then you move up. You have the blue pathway. Newcastle, easy. Atletico Madrid, that's easy. Inter Milan, easy. Olympiacos, again, that's easy. I know these teams have to be, but come on now, come on. We can see it, as fans, we can see from this blue pathway to the silver pathway. But I guess you got to beat the big teams in there before, you can win the trophy. I suppose it is what it is, right? But geez, here is the first leg of the Champions League. Playoffs will be on the 17th and the 18th of February. So we've got enough time here. The second legs are 1 week later. So which is, yeah, on the 17th and 18th of Feb. So that's good. Weekend after Valentine's Day, I think. Silver path is crazy. So you got okay. Let's get Mourinho's record against these guys, man. Barcelona or Chelsea. Newcastle face either Barca or Chelsea if they reach the last 16. Okay, now that's interesting. Barcelona or Chelsea. Imagine they get all of Barcelona again. You know what I mean? Imagine they face Barca again. Right? If they face Chelsea, that'd be like, yeah. But if they face Barca again, that would be an interesting one. Glen versus Benfica. They might face Manchester City. But Glen, Inter Milan, Benfica, Real Madrid. If anyone that qualifies there, they will face Manchester City. They were really good at home, City, when they beat Galatasaray this last week. Or this week. Last week? This week? Yeah, this week. Then Liverpool will face either Club Brugge, Atletico Madrid, Galatasaray, or Juventus. Juventus did Galatasaray qualify, even though they lost. I need to check that as well. So Liverpool might have here. They might have an easy ride at Liverpool. Then Spurs, Club Brugge, that's easy. Chelsea, Monaco, PSG, Newcastle, Arsenal, Dortmund, Atlanta, Olympiacos, blah blah blah. Interesting. Let's look at Mourinho's record against Real Madrid. Scary, you know. Mourinho's record against Real Madrid. Jose Mourinho, he defeated Real Madrid on Wednesday. The goalkeeper scoring that goal. That was interesting. Real Madrid beat Porto 1-0. They beat Porto again away. At home 2-1. Porto 3-1. 1-1. 2-1 Man United. 4-2 Real Madrid and Benfica. So interesting. And here's the Europa League draw, the playoffs. Orange Path are playing Lille versus Crvena Zvezda, Brann versus Bologna, Fenerbahce versus Forest. That's a good game. That's actually a good game. But Forest is traveling. Celtic versus Stuttgart. So that looks like a very good game for Celtic at home. PAOK versus Celta. Genk versus Dynamo. Genk Dynamo versus Genk. GNK Dynamo versus Genk. Panathinaikos versus Victoria. Ludogorets versus Ferencváros. Excuse me if I say that, if I pronounce that the wrong way. But this is crazy. The playoffs. There are some good teams in the playoffs, man. There's some good teams. See if I can get you up the fixtures. So that's on the 17th and the 18th of Feb. Should have the full fixtures soon. The full fixtures should come up. What's this? That's for this weekend coming. So tomorrow is playing. Got a lot of good games tomorrow as well. Leeds Arsenal. That'll be an interesting one to see. Arsenal will cope tomorrow against Leeds United. Come on, Leeds. Come on. You can do it. Then you've got Everton, Brighton, the two Blues. Wolves, AFC Bournemouth. That should be a good one. Chelsea, West Ham. Come on, West Ham. Liverpool, Newcastle. I want a draw for these two. I'm calling for a draw for these two here. Yeah, and then Sunday we are hosting Fulham, right? If we beat Fulham and Liverpool and Newcastle draw, we'll stay in the top four. Then Forest playing Palace, and then Man City Spurs. That's a tough one for Man City to go away, and Spurs are desperate. Spurs are desperate here. Would you rather see your team lose from a Tottenham fan point of view? Would you rather see your team lose against Man City to stop Arsenal from winning? This fixture here. Good. That's a good question there for you. For you sports fans, would you rather see your team get defeated just to stop Arsenal from winning the league? You know, big game for Man City. They have to win it. And hope Leeds United can do the business against Arsenal. They have to win their game. Oh, we are playing Fulham today. Oh, hell. What? I thought it was tomorrow. Are you joking me? Wait a minute. Not exactly. I thought something is wrong with my calendar, you know. Yeah, my bad. Arsenal are playing tomorrow. Then we're playing on Sunday. Sorry. We're playing on Sunday. We're playing Arsenal on Sunday. Then Man City playing Spurs. They're going away to Spurs on Sunday. So we are praying for a Leeds United win here against Arsenal. We are praying for a West Ham win here against Chelsea. And we are praying for a draw between Liverpool and Newcastle United. Right? Allow us, right? It's our time to stay in the top four. It's our time to get back in the Champions League. Okay? With the exception of Liverpool, the rest of you have not done anything in Europe. So we need to get back in Europe and start winning, start playing in the European Cups again. So allow us here. Here we are. But anyway, back to the Champions League there. The Champions League is a weird competition. The fixture there between Real Madrid and Benfica, you just know, man. You just know. Look at Jose's biggest smile there on his face. He's gonna troll these people. Jose is gonna troll these people, man. Put some respect in this man's name. Look at him. He's gonna troll Real Madrid if he knocks them out for the Champions League, and Real Madrid might actually give him the job as well after that. Quality manager. What's next? Newcastle. Oh, I might just use this. Excuse me. Yeah, brother. Mourinho has got a clean record, man. Real Madrid might want to consider this guy and give him the job again. On the Spanish Cup, La Liga title, and Spanish Cup again. This team surprised everyone. They surprised everyone, man. Crazy. But yeah, so Real will face Benfica. Oh my days. I don't even want to think about that game anymore, because what happened to what Jose did um to Real Madrid last week. It's just crazy, man. It's madness. What Mourinho did to Real was crazy. I don't think we'll ever see anything like that again for a very long time. I don't think we'll see anything like that again for a while, where a goalkeeper turn up and score a goal. I don't remember the last time I've seen a goalkeeper score a goal. I don't remember it. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. 17th and 18th of Feb, that's Champions League night. But anyway, with that being said, Sunday we are playing Fulham at home. City are playing Tottenham away. Leeds are playing Arsenal at home. So we need Leeds to do the business. Chelsea, Newcastle, I think. Chelsea, West Ham, yeah, we need a draw, or we need West Ham to beat them. And then we need Liverpool and Newcastle to draw for us to stay in the top four. How about that? And if we win our game, that's it. We're solid. With that being said, thanks for watching this episode of the Champions League Draw.